Hey everyone, just wanted to go over a few things to help you in case your furnace misfires, if it calls for heat and it can't ignite. A few things to check for. The first thing you always want to do is air filter. Those things can get dirty pretty easy with dust and pollen will collect in them. They'll be visibly darker and dirtier and dustier if you check. So make sure that's the first thing you check. And you do that, and then if still having an issue, I'm going to walk you through a few things to do. First thing is you want to open up that furnace there. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver to get that off. Okay, cover is off. And by the way, I'm not a professional. I'm a do-it-yourself kind of guy. So just letting you know what I do, something you could check. See these little white crumbs here? Seems to be some condensation deposits that form. If you ever watch an HVAC tech do a seasonal cleaning on your furnace, you're going to see them vacuum this stuff up and brush it up and stuff like that. So you definitely want to take your vacuum, and you're going to want to vacuum this stuff up and actually all around. You don't want any dirt, dust, any of these condensation deposits. You want to make sure this stuff is removed. So we'll do that right now with the vacuum. So we used the vacuum, we got all those condensation deposits out of there. It's a little more cleaner now. And I meant to mention earlier, make sure your power is off in the furnace. I put a slide just before this video here, so just as a reminder to make sure that you had power off. So the next thing we want to do is check this igniter. So your igniter is right here, okay? And sometimes some condensation forms on that tip, causing it to prevent from the furnace from igniting, getting a flame. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this. I believe I have to use a 1/4-inch nut barrel or nut driver for this one. So we'll take that off next. Also, this little lead will come off right here. I just take that off like that. And then all you gotta do is use your 1/4 nut driver to get that off. Okay, so we got the igniter off, and as you can see, there's some white film forming on it. That's some other condensation that's forming on the igniter that's causing the furnace from having problems to ignite. So what we're going to do, we're going to just lightly sand that off. You could use sandpaper, sand block, just very lightly. All you just want to do is remove the condensation film. That's all you want to do. Okay, big difference. Got that stuff off and it looks way better. And so we're going to take a dry rag and just wipe it down to the only thing on there. Just we want to make sure it's dry and clean. We're going to reinstall it back there in the furnace with our 1/4-inch nut driver. Get to reattach this lead into there. Make sure it's right into the igniter there. Next, we're going to put on this cover and then turn on the power, and we're going to test it out. Yep, got it.